Hey, 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 everybody. Happy New Year's Eve. That's right. I've been watching a lot of streamers do their work today. It's been wonderful to see everybody. Those that have taken the night off, good for them. Might as well finish off the year with a little vacay. I don't blame them. But ending 2025 and welcoming 2026 is pretty big, right? We got a lot of stuff that has happened in 2025 and expecting even more for 2026. So I put on my press hat. I have my Happy New Year's hat in the background there. And I wanted to share with you. I broke it out by months. Actually, I was going to do the clavicle Christmas Eve disaster, but it was too sad to me. I thought, no, it's Happy New Year's, right? The key word is happy. So instead, I postponed that till Friday, and I wanted to do tonight the January through December, just some stuff I've saved over the year in my Instagram or X or Threads. So with that, I thought I would at least bring it in on it, right? And share with you some of the stuff. A lot of things made me happy and made me laugh. So I was glad about that too. And I wanted to say that at the end, I do have fireworks, a video that was taken years ago in the old neighborhood, and it was kind of fun. So if I can talk long enough, we can do it just before midnight or just after midnight. But those of you that are celebrating and having a great time, good for you. I just thought I would give you another option in case you were, I don't know, sitting on the toilet, at home alone, bored, or if you just want to listen to me talk, not a problem. And anybody who does join, please share some ideas, share some memories throughout the year. I'd love to share them with everybody. So going forward from here, I do want to say in January, right, we had topics like Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, and poor Justin Baldini. So that's a snapshot that I got from Legal Bites, I believe, in X. And it talks about, what was going on with the harassment and what the perception was back then, which has been a whole year now, right? Pretty much in a couple hours, or even in an hour, less than an hour. It'll be midnight in parts of the country. Arizona, we're on Mountain Standard Time or Arizona time, if you will, because we don't change the clocks here. So I'm more than happy to do this now for our folks that are overseas and our folks that are on the East Coast. And also for anybody local here, if you're just hanging out with the family, put me on. It's enjoyable. So we talked about a little bit about the TMZ's coverage of Blake Lively and the harassment and all that with Justin Baldoni. And then in the middle was something we've talked about a lot in the past, but not you and I, but U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, a merge of two departments, ICE, as we all know it as. So I remember clipping this back on January 25th after it had been seen by 2.9 million views, right? And it gives you a report suspicious activity, and they give you an 866 number. And to report a crime, they give you an 877 number, as well as a website. So, hey, Storybook, how you doing? Happy New Year to you, too. So, but with ICE, a lot of activity this past year, right? Grabbing up people, covering their faces, coming in kind of like scary folks instead of representing the government, all in the bright light of the sun, right? So it's really been irritating to a lot of people and folks that are going to court to finally get the judges to release them from in captivity, we shall say. But a lot of illegal immigrants have to abide by the laws like the rest of us, As far as ICE goes, don't really agree with their processes and procedures. I don't know if they're just overwhelmed or who's helping them guide them, because it doesn't seem that there's much humanity involved. Also, we do want to catch the bad people. It makes sense. But to grab everybody, right, is kind of a tough call. As long as nothing bad happens, just take your time, get them off the streets. All I'm asking is any illegal immigrants go through the legal process, right? To become legal immigrants, like the rest of us that have come from overseas or the other parts of the world. And then next, we have a reference to Daryl Brooks. As you may remember, in 2023, he was convicted of 75 or 76 convictions, I believe. He was found guilty on 76. And it came up in a post that popped up by the umbrella guy. And it was funny because 2 years later, right, in 2025, we had some issues with him in jail that they had to move him from one facility to another because supposedly he was, we'll say, raped. And after he had ran through a holiday, I know I forgot the word, the holiday parade. That's what it is. Ding, 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 ding. So the holiday parade that he ran through with no concern or consideration for the people, the children, men and women, it was almost like a decision that already, kind of laid itself out. And taking it upon himself to defend himself was probably not the best idea because they did find him guilty, jury of his peers, and he's spending the rest of his life in jail. I think it's 6 consecutive death sentences, life in prison, I should say. So I like the last line on the umbrella guy's statement. Fuck him. I hope he suffers. And it does make you laugh to think what he did to these poor families and the holiday parade where things are supposed to be happy and joyous. And it's already cold out, so that's tough there. And they had the cops all around just to have a good time, right? And spend time together. Hey, Sir Frank Salon, how you doing there, brother? Yep, 2026 is right around the corner. So glad you could join. So it was nice to see the reference from stuff from the past that I may have forgotten, but I did save all these. And then we jump into February and we have the Immigration and Custom Enforcement, aka ICE, again from Michigan. And this week they had a variety of ICE groups conducting Golden County operations. Galdwin, I can't see, leading to 8 arrests from 58 traffic stops. Wow. So 6 illegal aliens were identified. Some were with deportation warrants. Together, we're holding accountable those who enter the country illegally. Okay. I understand that sentence and I agree. They should be held accountable. And I can't believe they had deportation warrants against them and they were still roaming around this country or the state. It's been tough. And I know that there's a challenge for the ICE officers to do their job, but you can't also just grab everybody. You know what I mean? Now, what's frustrating to me is that the stories that go around now later in 2025 is that any illegal aliens are being allowed to get a driver's license, get an identification card, even as so far as a social security number, which then they can file for government services such as free health care. Do you know how expensive it is for everybody else that are legal, that are citizens of the United States? That is a bad decision on our government representatives. Don't agree with that whatsoever. No, 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 no. Just because they follow the guidelines of no income and they can write 0, don't give me no bullshit. They're getting money somehow. And if the expansion on what's covered under the defined as income is expanding through this year. So I'm wondering if that's how they're going to try and get more people to be off free healthcare and pay some of it. And again, we all pay into Social Security, so why is our money being spent in this way versus for people like ourselves, citizens of the United States of America? I'm just throwing out there. Hey, Rasmuntez, how you doing? Happy New Year. Sir Frank's a lot. There you go. Who wants to take a drive with me to Gummy Worms or something? I'll go with you. Pick me up. But I've got to talk. So We do have JD Vance news in the middle, and it was a breaking story back on February, late February, and it did kind of catch my attention that President Obama, his net worth before office was 1.5 million, which to me is quite a bit, right? That would change lives, change my life. But his net worth when he now, years later, is $135 million. Should the DOGE take a closer look? Yes or no? I say yes. But there's so many things going on in the government that I don't feel comfortable with that will get swept under the rug, or one person will cover for another. I don't know. I don't think it'll even come to fruition. Remember, this is February. This is posted, and it's now December. So don't know if anything is going on in the backgrounds. Anybody knows? Let me know. And then to the right, we have, as posted on the JFC Instagram, here's a text exchange from stalker Laura Michelle Owens. Always in the news, that one, don't you think? To victim number 2, Greg Gillespie, where he repeatedly implores with Laura to leave him alone. Get off my fucking back. Unable to accept rejection, Laura goes into revenge mode, threatening to take him to civil court. She aims to publicly humiliate him by serving him at work and claims she will email his family to further embarrass him. Absolutely vile. Learn to take no for an answer, Laura. And as you can see, things are still progressing from there. She started with 7 indictments in May, which we'll talk about, and doubling that in November, 14 indictments against her with another criminal trial in 2026. I don't know if she's looking forward to the next year, but I certainly am. And her actions speak a lot louder than her words, because her words are futile, you know? But when she keeps doing things, it just hurts herself. And this again was back in February of this year, right? I can still say this year. Moving on to March. We're ending in the first quarter of 2025. That's right. Dave Neal hit his 100,000 subscribers. And look at that layout. He is, yo, Sharkone, thanks for cleaning up the Rush Hour with Dave Neal studio. Not an ad. Look at that office. He's got slim lines, big ring light, the golden letters and numbers, Rush Hour neon lighting in the background. Looks like we got a great office space in there. Carpeted to keep the quiet down. And as you've watched him or heard him over the past year, he's doing a great job. And I congratulate him for all of his hard work and his efforts. And I hope to see him again this year for the trial up and coming in July. Who knows? We'll see if Dave comes in. Oh, yeah, he's a witness. He has to come in. I look forward to meeting him and seeing him again. The middle picture is from Phoenix, and it was the moon in an off-color, reddish, orangish color. It was amazing. And I remember grabbing this. This is now March 15th. Someone posted it, and I grabbed it whenever I did. And you can see there was over 61,000 views. But look at how beautiful the moon looks in that color. And it does happen here because of the Arizona sun, the desert glow, the valley that we're in, all kinds of influencing on the lighting, right? I don't think it was a nuclear blast, but, you know, hey, anything's possible. I know I have a third ear. And then we also have some more Laura Owens, Dave Neal, breaking news in Maricopa County. Laura Owens appeal denied. Justice for Clayton will be best served if Laura faces consequences for her actions. We know Rachel One Mitchell is investigating. This is prior to the 7 indictments. And we wait with hope that justice will be served for the fraudster, justice for Mike Maricini, Greg Gillespie, Clayton Eckert, and George Washington. No, Greg Woodnick. Come on, don't be silly. I don't think she's been on that long. And it's on March 28th. 2 views when I captured it. Doesn't mean a lot more people haven't seen it, trust me. So that's a good thing. So stepping away from March takes us into April, first month of the second quarter of 2025. Again, from Phoenix, they posted a video of Bumblebee on Cave Creek and Carefree Highway. which I also went to myself and saw it. It was in a nice display. They had some people there under a tent talking about the rare earth gallery, which was the ones that put Bumblebee there on the corner of Carefree Highway and Cave Creek. And the store is actually like a double store in a mall. They bought out the next building over. Beautiful stones, beautiful stones and artwork, and just really artsy. You'd love it. And so they have this giant bumblebee, which I took a picture of myself with it and video. And now I hear, which I haven't gone to see yet, but they are supposedly have a Transformer Optimus Prime by the gallery. How cool is that? To meet Optimus Prime in person. I'm just saying. But I wish I would have already gotten that picture, which I could have shared in the December timeframe month. But c'est la vie. Maybe I'll do it this week coming up. And then, of course, my favorite coffee house. What said I got you coffee? What's heard I love you. That was seen by 1.7 viewers. And that was again back in late April. I just love that coffee house. They provide such good service. Love the taste and the variety, and a lot of good memories I've had at the stores by me here and downtown. Moving on to May. That's right. Here's the complete news release sent out by the Maricopa County Attorney's Office. That's MICO. Just last week, we asked Rachel Mitchell for an update on her office's investigation into this case. She responded, stay tuned. The last two words of that conference, and I'm like replaying it. I can't hear those two words. So somebody told me what it was. And guess what? At the end of the month, May 29th, state of Arizona filed 7 indictments against Laura Michelle Owens, and they had the arraignment in South Court Tower, Building 5, courtroom 8. 8th floor, courtroom 8A, which is where I was. And there's a map from the Maricopa County Government District, if you will. And that's the layout that I usually take copies of the map area. But the sky blue that you'll see there in the middle, that's the South Court Tower. So, and they're all over downtown there, so it helps you get around the streets. But don't you love how it's crisscrossed the roads? Not swervy-worvy, you know? It's nice. It's not too confusing. I did want to share also that Maricopa County Attorney's Office, a picture of Edward Leiter. He would be the gentleman on the far left. So you have Mako prosecutors Addison Owen and Edward Leiter were honored with an FBI Director Certificate of Commendation Award for their work in combating international terrorism. Wow. Read about how their work is helping keep our community safe. There's a link. That was near the end of February. And sorry, the picture's from the end of February 2020. But I came across it that month in May to find out who he was. And you can see they're the ones holding their certificates of commendation awards. So that's how I know it's Edward Leiter. So we've never met him before. I've not seen him on the job, so I look forward to it. I have noticed that on the FC 2023-0052114 or 052114, it now says white collar cybercrime, not his name. So I'm just wondering, has it progressed to a higher group, right, of who's going to prosecute this case? So that should be very interesting. I hope anyway. And then Bianca Buono. Remember Bianca? Bianca's gone to California. We're continuing her work at the ABC outlet there. But she was with Channel 12 News, and she had posted back on the end of end of May, literally the 29th. Matthew Smiley was in court representing Owens, though I'm told Josh Kulsred will be the attorney on the case. Isn't it funny to look back and think that Josh did that video, that snippet, representing her, the law firm, and the lawyers involved. And now we're at the end of the year, and boom, dumped her bony ass, right? Not going to take care of that. Moving on, back to her. Now she's at a public defender. I still think she would do a better job if she handled it herself because she really knows the best about herself. That's what I'm thinking. So going on to June, up at the top left, we got old DG himself. That's it. I filed a motion to compel a seaside sunset rendezvous with Omar so I can explain to him how wrong he is about Rule 26. I'm so freaking tired about Rule 26 and so glad to bring it back up. Don't you think? This was 6 months ago. And no, Omar never wanted to meet him for lunch. No, Omar did not want to do a rendezvous. Why is he using these sexual innuendos? I don't understand. But that's how it comes across to me. Compel a motion to compel a seaside sunset rendezvous with Omar. That's inappropriate wording. Not for a lawyer, right? Or any lawyer. Then you have all the best research. Love all the best. All the best. Ron Owen seeks donations after daughter's indictment in bachelor case. Would that be the GoFundMe for his health condition? Don't know. 1.3 thousand views. Ooh, big fucking deal. June 10th, that came out. And I don't know what he thought he could do. And as you know, recently, there was supposed to be a concert January 5th, 2026. From 12/17 to 2/17. What an odd time frame, don't you think? And I did a stream earlier this week on that and couldn't find the place. Don't even know if it even existed. But there were a lot of men's clothing stores with dressing rooms and restrooms. Who knows, right? Excuse me. And then my friend Laura Nighty, I should say, Lethal Lauren. She was big time. 619 this was. She got 223 views as the time I snapped this. Here's what people who actually now know Justin Baldoni had to say about him. Here's what people who actually know Justin Baldoni had to say about him. Okay, to emphasize that differently. So she was interviewing the lady who interviewed Blake Lively and the other chick from Lost in Space, who were very rude to her as a interviewer. I found it horrific. It was embarrassing more on the interviewee's part than the interviewer. I truly felt that. But it's just embarrassing to be an adult and act that way. Just because she commented you on your bump, I think she's trying to be polite and wish you well wishes. You didn't want any of that? What an idiot. Anyway, top right, Lauren Nighty, back in Lauren. Breaking Lively's publicist asked for judge for $1.7 million from Baldoni and Wayfair. God, things have changed over the months, haven't they? People have dropped out of the case. People are now quiet. People have disassociated themselves. New accusations, new requests, new motions. It's a hell of a ride. So that's why I'm glad Lauren's covering it, because it would just drive me cuckoo to cover that one. So I like to pay attention and be abreast of things, but I don't go into too deep with that shit. And then you have the Lively publicist asked judge for $1.7 billion from Baldoni and Wayfair. We've been vindicated. Hot, hot, hot. Phoenix said it, and oh, that's the next one. There's pictures of the two of them. I really wish people would stop showing her picture. Just like I don't like to show Lowe's picture. Why give her any other publicity? You know, I'm sure they're in their little world, in their camp. They're saying, oh, look at all the publicity we're getting for free. No, because you fucked up New Year's Eve. Did you know last year when I looked it up, what are the top 10 movies to watch for New Year's Eve? Yeah, The Age of Adeline, starring Blake Lively. And no, I'm not watching that anymore. I'm so disgusted with her as a person. Her ability to act is just diminished to me in my mind. So as far as all the other movies you know that she's been in, I won't watch any of them. And side story, Ryan Reynolds either. He's just not worthy anymore. He's an embarrassment to the whole guild. And I don't understand why he would act the way he did. And we shall hear more about that come trial in 2026. Don't forget. Now, for hot, 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 Phoenix set a new record for this date at 2:55 p.m. We hit 116 degrees. This is back on June 30th, just before 4th of July weekend, or 4th of July holiday. 115 was set in 2013. So it's not been that long ago, only 12 years, right? Think about that. Record daily high broken in Phoenix, 116 degrees. I love the heat. You would love the heat. It's not a bad deal. Trust me. It's warm and you can go into air conditioning shops at home, your vehicle. You always carry a water bottle with you. If you're smart, have another second one in the car under ice. Doctor's offices offer fluids, so you can stay hydrated, and you really need to because it's so easy to pass out here. And you really don't want that to happen if you're driving or walking down the street. Okay. So keep that in mind. So moving on to July. Oh, Lord, I have a lot here. So in July, top left, we had the Wrathful Proser. This is the TSMC, the Taiwanese semiconductor manufacturing company, right? They built two manufacturing plants here. They also have many other buildings taking over lots of land here after they signed with the state of Arizona. And this is a few years ago after COVID, which raised all the house pricing in the area because I believe they were purchasing homes for their leadership and their workers they were planning to bring from overseas and bought out a bunch of homes, which skyrocketed the house pricing, right? The market. And lo and behold, there's a class action suit against them that's been filed since last year, late November of 2024. And it's growing in the class action by more folks that are being mistreated on the job, causing people to leave the company, which then opens up them to utilize the open border work visa, is what I call it, right? Well, according to the contract, we have to hire Arizonians or any U.S. citizens, but they keep quitting on us, so we got to fill those roles to keep the company going. So we got to bring people over from overseas. Hey, Bruce, how you doing? Happy New Year's to you, brother. And my concern is that they're bringing people overseas, which is an open door work visa, right? Basically, they can bring as many people as they want. And what do they have to prove it wise? I don't know the process for work visas. I assume it's upon the company to have all the data and prove that they're not citizens of the United States, but they get all the comforts of the United States, right? So that class action suit is growing. I haven't heard anything new in the last month or two. So when I do, I usually build a stream and I put that out there. But it's supposedly the new hub versus California, like Silicon Valley, so they can get to Arizona, probably tax purposes. And they're also in Washington, other parts of the country. And they're expanding the Arizona operations to even across the highway. And that's frustrating to me because you know what that means. Blocked roads, exits being closed off, construction. It's horrible. And they don't have it plotted right because they never paid to have an off-ramp or an on-ramp from their facility, which is humongous. And all they do is, per a customer's request, they build semiconductors to meet the criteria of the customers. So they don't make semiconductors, if that makes sense to you. But it does piss me off because they make it so it's per the alleged accusations in the class action suit. They literally make it so uncomfortable for people. Even racist comments are being handed out. And the folks are just not polite. For example, they're in a meeting. Oh, I thought it was raining. It's more fireworks. And they're in not a town hall, but like a group meeting, and they'll speak Mandarin. Meanwhile, the U.S. citizens who never was mandated to know Mandarin have no idea what's going on. These are some of the things listed in that class action suit. You might want to look it up. It's out there in full-blown beginning to end. I think it's 92 pages long, and I did read it on a stream last year. And I'm sure they're adding to it because we have more folks joining the class action suit that have been let go, have left, or on FMLA, or still work there. So, Okay, we got the middle one now. Oh no, bottom left. Blake supporters be like ignore timelines and facts. And there's my Doctor Who, my favorite Doctor Who. And there's probably a TARDIS to the right. 1.5 thousand views. But that's another one with the Blake supporters be like ignore timelines and facts. Yeah. They make up their own stories, so it seems, but I don't follow it that closely to know all the details. I know Bruce probably does. Hey, Unsolved Amy Boston, how you doing there? Happy New Year! Loved your stream earlier. Great job covering so many stories, my friend. So moving to the middle one, if you're a criminal alien, we're coming for you. If you're illegally present in the United States, self-deport now. Well, that's a catchphrase on a t-shirt. In Denver, ICE of Denver, right? The ICE immigration, and I already forgot it. Anyway, arrested Alfonso Vasquez Hernandez, 35 years old, a criminal alien from Mexico. Sure, let everybody in. Open that border up, President Biden. Good job. He has convictions for second-degree assault, drugging a victim. He served 2 years in prison and will remain in ICE custody pending immigration proceedings. So that's an example of a valid takedown, right? He needs to pay his price and should be deported back to Mexico and held accountable. But ICE is following the internal processes first before they do anything along those lines. Now, this was, again, back in July, so I don't know what the latest status is, and I don't feel like looking it up. But you are more than welcome to if you'd like. And this one's a personal favorite. Jared Leto. He was in Morbius. What a great movie. And another Doctor Who, another guy who played the character Doctor Who, he was in it with him. And he did such a great job. And then his band and the song 30 Seconds to Mars, or that's the band, I think. So anyway, great music. If you ever heard it, just ask Alexa and you'll hear it. But so with this article, this snapshot I got was, so what does Jared Leto do on his off days while on tour? And it's really a shot from Spain. And it looks like he's handing out treats and sandwiches and stuff. Just, he dresses funny. He's got some characteristics that, make me laugh. But he's got a great voice. So kudos to him for still being around after how many? 30 plus years? He acts and he sings, don't forget. You may have seen him in movies. Channel 12 News. Large flames can be seen in an approximately 10-acre fire in Avondale. What we know. So that's on July 6th. So that was earlier on. But in Arizona, we get these wildfires like you wouldn't believe. Especially as you saw on the previous slide, we reached 116 degrees. That's a hot day and dries out everything. And if it goes on in that high temperature, triple digits, forests will dry up, tree lines, expressway areas on each side, whatever, right? And it doesn't take much. A lightning strike, right, from a heat lightning or a match like idiots are, can cause, like this one, 10-acre fire, burning out of control. It's horrible. I want to own land, but now I'm worried about where do I want to buy it, in the city or out in the outskirts where it's going to grow to. Who knows, right? Excuse me. So now we're moving on to August. This is the end of third. Yes. No, not yet. We're in the middle of third quarter. So on the left, yes, we do. We have August 11th, the criminal case of 006831 at the time. State of Arizona versus Laura Michelle Owens, Comprehensive Pretrial Conference. CCMC. That's the map I put out. There's multiple pictures of her, and these are all her, except for the top one, which is a caricature. And then the map and directions and highlighting as much as I could to make that available to all the folks that came to town for that hearing or that conference. And then Bianca Bono. Hello, Bianca. She was still here then in August. Here's the link to Laura Owens' hearing this morning. So she YouTubed it, and they put it out there. It was on August 11th. which is another day that I got to spend downtown. Bachelor fraud suspect appears in court. I really don't like the titling of tying her to Bachelor. It just seems so eye catching more than the truth. Do you know what I mean? She's a male victimizer. That should be the title. Male victimizers appears in court. That would be more appropriate from my mind. But I'm just saying. So, Channel 12 News, we listen, we seek, we solve for all Arizonans. It's true. 12 News is the Phoenix NBC affiliate owned by Tegna Inc. We are committed to. Sean Rice is, per Bianca's post a couple months before she left for California, she said he would be taking over as the point reporter for Laura Owens Related. Now, if that comes true, we should be able to see him on January 21st, 2026. That's next year, which will be in about 20 minutes. Interesting. And then I wanted to show you the Maricopa County Attorney Rachel Mitchell. She is always out and about. She's working hard, but she also gets down to the community level. She loves to be face-to-face with the people. She listens, she talks, she interacts, she takes notes, she receives letters. It's great to see her, and she's a very well-spoken woman. This one was an honor to meet Secret Service Special Agent and now Arizona Gangs Detective DJ Daniel at today's Arizona Gangs Investigators Conference. He is truly an inspiration. Keep up the great work, DJ. Arizona Gangs Detective? Wow. I wonder if Lowe is considered a gang. Interesting. But it used to be Secret Service. Interesting there, too. We get all the best over here because we need it. Okay, we're moving on to September. So September, not yet, end of third quarter. This one caught my attention. The only thing meant to be untraceable is in this lawsuit is Van Zandt, which is a Blake Lively, Justin Baldini. And it's that case that Van Zandt is traceable. It's just a quick eye catcher for me when I was flipping through everything I've saved. And then, of course, Extra TV had to cover YouTuber Laura Knighty is asking for a protective order against Blake Lively after she was subpoenaed in the star's ongoing legal battle with Justin Baldoni. Fuck you, Blake. What the fuck is your problem trying to wear a dress that doesn't even look right on you, right? Too cheap to buy a full outfit? Jesus. And why would you go after Lauren? She's speaking her mind about your case. And all you did was cause yourself more headaches, don't you think? What a waste of spinning wheels, which is obviously your plan. Drag shit out. Are you meeting Laura Owens for lunch anytime? Have you ever? Because it smells like you two read from the same playbook. Now, this next one is a hoot. I know you've all seen it. I really hope you have. If you haven't, you got to look this up. This little boy, God knows what the parents were thinking, but he's on the inside of the fence, the metal fence in a zoo. And the tiger is down below. He falls. Okay, so now you're at the edge of your seat watching what this tiger's going to maul him? No. The tiger pushed him up the wall and held him so that he could grab on. The parents could grab him, or somebody grabbed him, an adult. How crazy is that? Talk about mothering instinct, right? Nothing that Jan would ever do, I don't think. And nothing, if anything, fell out of Laura, I don't think she'd have the same feelings, you know? But it was adorable. This little boy, first you're pissed off that he's on the inside of it. Second, you're just in awe of how this tiger took this instinct to save the child and push him back up and let them get this kid to safety. It was amazing. And it's a great video to watch. So if you get it or get a chance to look up Giovanni Vialdo, or just look up any of those words right there. Reel it, feel it, reel it, feel it. Instagram, Reels. Well, it's going to be hard to find it. October 20. October. Yep. Biggest thing that I could find, and I'm sure a lot else happened in October, especially cases and DG's DUI, TRC, which got postponed, so why even bother fucking talking about it? But we have the Justice for Clayton posted by victim of Laura Owens court case timeline reels. And these were posted on October 16th. And you can see there's Matt, there's Mike Maricini, there's Uber, there's Greg Gillespie, there's Lone Cactus, the contracting place, right? Clayton Eckert, Dave Neal, criminal case. They had all these links made available that you could go click on. And obviously, even Volo, victims of Laura Owens, all the best research. They have their timeline. Justice for Clayton does a great job of keeping us up to date. I saw new stuff even as of today, provided to them by Brad, IT Goatee, but they also come up with some great one-liners, which I just love to read when I go through. So I'm definitely on their notifications, so I get notified when they post something. So compliments to them big time. You just got to love it, when everybody's sharing information, it just makes everybody part of this thing up to date, I should say. Not a group, not a cult. No, that's a bad word. I don't like it at all. So now we're into November, and we have the story of Laura Michelle Owens. This dropped, creator's first videos, and it was done very well. And of course, the pictures are adorable. You just want to hug her or throw her in the air and catch her, or don't catch her. I'm just saying. All the best research, new YouTube drop. Dive into the full Laura Michelle Owens story. Okay. And then to the right, 5C2023-52114, notice of scheduling conflict. Who signed it? Dick guy. Oh, I'm sorry. DG. That's right. Had to get his signature in there somehow because he's still representing her on the case and don't know if he's getting paid at all in any form of any kind that I can think of, right? But yeah, that's the beginning. Notice of scheduling conflict, which she could have said at the fucking trial, the conference. I was sitting there. She could have told the judge, no, I can't do that date because I already have the judgment debtor's examination. She could have fucking spoke up. No, instead, she couldn't wait to drive back home and sit in her casita with a pillow between her legs playing on Zoom or video games or whatever the fuck she plays with. I have no idea. Just a frustrating woman all the way around. Now we're into this month, December, and we're approximately 15 minutes away from midnight. So get ready, folks. And again, I judge it on East Coast. Sorry, that's how I'm looking at it. JFL versus JFC. That new website they came up, Justice for Laura Owens. What a crapshoot. Whoever volunteered to write that, put it together and write it is just farcical. It's like a new student in high school who wants to dabble in web design, right? It didn't have the proper information at the bottom. It didn't have any copyright statements, didn't have any contact information except you have to fill in your name, email address, and your message on the contact page, but nothing on the bottom about the address, location, who's running it, nothing. Of course, on my stream the other day, we figured it out. One of my wonderful subscribers, thank you, found out that it is being, I'll say broadcast from a Phoenix site. So the investigators under Rachel Mitchell's regime should be able to locate who started it, where it's coming out of, and it ought to be interesting to find out if it's actually her or not. And if she thinks that she can get away with doing that and not being associated to it, that's kind of stupid, don't you think? And I get very fucking irritated when it's the same photos that she posts. Don't kiss a dog. That's called abuse. You look horrible when you're tonguing a dog, Don't do it. It's sick. But you'll see that there's multiple case numbers because on the site, it didn't have it at the time. It did not have case details. I clicked on it multiple times on the day of the 28th and the 29th, and there was nothing dropped down. So I put a slide in my deck for that stream, and I listed all the case numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and one that was replaced. And you got to include the bankruptcy court, and don't forget that one, 225 or 2511801. It's out there too. That counts. I gave you an update on that on my last stream too, so don't forget. In the middle, it got covered up, but it was JFL. Should stand for jail for Laura. It just cracked me up. You can see how much I laughed. I couldn't believe it. So I print screened it and I thought I'd put it in here, but I covered it up because I wanted to keep her uh, tagline on the far left, and then the middle, I knew I could speak to JFL, and you knew what JFL stand for, jail for Laura. So not like justice for Clayton, because she did it to herself. She buried herself into the sand dirt over here, a desert, I should say. And then, of course, to the far right, like I was saying, she's standing in front of the judge. Judge Reader couldn't say anything when he booked the date. Nope. Judgment debtor exam stayed because December 9th, blah, blah, blah. Thank you, Schnitzel Ninja. Both Lowe and, more importantly, her screwy lawyer did not bother to show up or inform the JDE court judge, but both seem to play like it's no big deal. Yeah. I remember seeing that Woodnick showed up and he and the judge were there on Zoom, and Woodnick said, well, just so you know, Your Honor, that she filed for bankruptcy yesterday. Right. And so I don't expect her to be here. And I don't remember if the judge said, but the lawyer's not here either, or you would expect the lawyer to show up to speak on behalf of his client saying she's in bankruptcy court. But this fucking idiot, he's just on vacation mode already. Probably started in November. Probably starting in January, the way his actions have been all year. But he's just stupid. Oh, and again, don't forget, he's got a trial coming up for the alleged DUI and speeding and whatever else they found out that day. Drugs, filing too close while driving. Yes, Happy New Year, Firm Woodnick. You're right, Bruce. Thanks for that. We'll even pop up on the screen so everybody sees it. Happy New Year, Firm Woodnick. He's a good guy. Hope we get to see him in the new year too, with all this stuff that's still coming up, you know. So I'm hoping we will. So let's see, what else did I have saved for you? So let me remove this one. That's me. So that's at your monthly press updates from stuff that I've collected over the year. There's more, but I didn't want to get too crazy. I only wanted to get to about an hour, a little over an hour, so I can get to my fireworks video, which I think you'll enjoy. My plan is to show it every year for New Year's Eve, right? Because it's so much a fun remembrance for me in the neighborhood, and how the happy family and the kids. And you just got to listen for the little guy who's now an adult who yells out Las Vegas Shake. Okay, so you got to listen to that one. And that'll be because I think one of the fireworks was pretty frazzling, right? That kind of thing. So, well, we're less than 2 minutes away from midnight on the East Coast. Anybody have any comments, any stories you'd like to share? What else can I share with you? Hold, please. There's always something, right? There's always something I can share. Here we go. This cool silver Cave Creek horse is the entryway past Cave. No, it's south of Carefree Highway, but it's northbound on Cave Creek Road. So you pass this, which means you're entering Cave Creek town. If you keep going north, you'll be passing this great little western town, you know, just beautiful, really a lot of fun. And the Rare Earths Gallery is in there. And there's a lot of shit kickers all around, and there's open bars and cafes and coffee houses, just really down to earth fun stuff, you know, and big bar parties too, you know, big places. So shared that with you, and I wanted you to see the silver horse, which is so cool. And I know you did a post on Instagram, I think, and or X. If you look to the far right, really, really far, you might just see yellow on her ass because the horse kicked her off, just like all her other horses. She can't stand her. So we have 20 seconds to go. 20 seconds. Let me remove that. 15 seconds to New Year's. Uh-oh. I'm going to start my fireworks right when it hits, okay? 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! Yay!
All right. Here. That's a big one. Yeah, right in the middle there. Okay.
Let's do it. This is called the world.
Let's do it.
This is called the world fireworks. This is Las Vegas shake.
Here's what I want. Eli, I want you at the BMW. Because in case they're going that way, you get in front of Tasha's car. I'll stand over here. Okay, Ian, you go ahead.
And I'll get the fireworks thing.
What are your ideas? Not bad.
Ian's big one.
I get the fire extinguisher.
What is it? What's it called, Ian?
I call it the Las Vegas shake.
The Las Vegas shake.
Yeah, bigger than life. All right.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Woo! Happy New Year! Oh, I did it.
Wow! Very cool.
Tanner, the HOA would be up our asses.
You gotta love that though.
Holy smokes. That's that last part.
Is that the last one?
We got 1776 coming up, Mama.
Instead of bigger than life.
Well, I thought that was a hoot. Now, I did look at the clock. It's only 53 minutes, not 60. So I enjoyed Happy New Year early. I ran my fireworks early, but I'll do it again in about 7 minutes. Just for myself, you know, because I can't believe I wasn't paying attention. I didn't set Ziggy to count down, right? That's what I needed her to do. And it is better to enjoy New Year's at 10 p.m. Arizona time than waiting all the way to midnight, right? Arizona time and being dog tired and have to drive home or anything. But since I'm at home, it's no big deal either way. So I'll be staying up. I get 2 New Year's Eves. This one is to enjoy it with my subscribers, my viewers, my friends online. I really appreciate you. I know some folks took the night off for the rest of the year, Lauren. But I wanted to stream with you because I want to tell you how much I appreciate you guys paying attention to what I say and the stuff I put out there. I hope I'm meeting your needs. And if you ever want to see something else, let me know. I'm going to keep up with some new topics and try another background too, back here. Try to set it up different, my office and lighting and all that. So we'll do that over the weekend. Let's hope. But I have fun. That's really the most important thing is when I'm doing streams, I'm having fun. And I'm glad to be able to share it with you. And I hope you're happy to share it with me too. Excuse me. It's kind of funny how the New Year's Eve hat sits right over my hat on my face. Where is it? There it is. And I don't have to worry about putting it on. because those hurt on your neck, you know. So, any New Year's resolutions, if you have any, I hope they all come true. Make them feasible. Don't make them a big deal. You can do it. You don't have to worry about not choosing something that you can't do or you can't change. Most people choose the weight loss, and that's fine, or increase exercise. That's great. But pick a couple easy ones that you can actually achieve so that you can feel good about yourself. And then continue to work on the harder ones, right? So that's important too. I got to keep staring at the camera because I keep staring at myself. If I could only have one person behind that camera, I'd be talking to them. They'd be so much more polite. Okay, we're 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Just under. Ooh. I'm going to play the fireworks again. Don't get me wrong, because that'll be fun at actual midnight. Let me see what else I can share with you just to kill the next 5 minutes. Images. What stories can I tell? Dude. Oh. There we go. So I gave out the last of the holiday gifts, the 12 days of Christmas presents to the homeless, and I completed that in the month of December, I'm very happy to say. And I'm working on already starting to think of things I can put in presents for next year. And I'll tell you, it's a really overwhelming, wonderful feeling to give, right? Not receive, but to give to people that you don't know that are in need of stuff. And there's so many things they can benefit from, and they each and every one of them appreciated it. Got Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, God bless you, thank you. It was such a good feeling, and I wanted to do more, right? But it's hard to do that and get to a lot of homeless people unless you go to a shelter. But if you go to a shelter, you better have hundreds of packages because everybody's going to want something, right? And you want to give it to everybody. So I just limited it to the 12 days of Christmas. And that's the picture of my red pag, like Santa, and all my wrapped presents that you saw the video on Thanksgiving that I did. And it was a good time had by all. And Peoria was the area I focused on this year that I gave out the most of them. So that was good. And they appreciated it. I was really happy. And we had great weather. It was sunny out most of the time. We got some cold streams coming through this week, obviously. And not rainy weather or anything, but tomorrow we're supposed to get rain, like after midnight tonight, our time. And if it rains, it rains. You know, I'm already home. I'll be watching a good movie, but not Age of Adeline. Sorry. Screwed that up for me. Thanks a lot, lady. I take back the term, lady. 2 minutes. Under 2 minutes. I'm going to play it back to back. That'll get us to 2 minutes.
Right. That's a big one. Yeah, right in the middle there. Okay.
Let's do it. This is called the world.
Let's do it.
This is called the world fireworks.
Las Vegas Shake.
Las Vegas shake.
Here's what I want. Eli, I want you at the BMW. Because in case there's going that way, you get in front of Tasha's car. I'll stand over here. Okay, Ian, you go ahead.
And I'll get the fire extinguisher.
Got more than 4, but not bad.
I love the fire extinguisher. The big one.
What is it? What's it called, Ian?
I call it the Las Vegas shake.
The Las Vegas shake.
Las Vegas Shake.
All right.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Should old acquaintance be forgot and never come to mind? Na 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 na.
Wow. Very cool.
Tanner, the HOA would be up our asses.
You gotta love that though.
Holy smokes, that's that last part.
That's
We got 1776 coming up, Mama.
Instead of bigger than life.
Was that not enjoyable? And that got us into the new year, East Coast time. Oh, that's right. We're 1 minute in. So New York is probably celebrating Times Square like crazy cuckoo. And I don't want to air any of their stuff because I don't know if there's infringement or copyright laws. Who knows? But I was glad to be able to stream something for us entertainment, half-assed. I'm so glad that you were able to be sick with us, and sorry about your nephew and niece who gave you the cold, but if you're just going to sit around at home and relax, what a better way to do it than joining your YouTube friends, right? So I wish everyone a happy new year. And as things progress, where you'll see me more and more, I'm sure. I do have a stream on Friday. If not tomorrow, I'll do one, but Friday for sure for the Cavalcade, the Christmas Eve story that I was telling you about, the Christmas Eve shocker. I pushed it off because I want to be a happy stream tonight for New Year's, right? So that's a good thing. So with that said, I'm going to let you all go. I finished the hour. It's past midnight. Now you can all celebrate wherever you're at and just be safe. Don't do anything stupid like DG would, So talk to you soon. Happy New Year, everybody. Take care. Bye now.